Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to tell you about my presentation is um, about its famous car history in the world. And next, Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo is the company that was founded as Società Anonima Italia Direct in 1906 by the French automobile of Alexandre Direct with some Italian investors. One of them is Gero Cavalier Augustella, an astronaut from Milan. Became chairman of the SAID in 1909. The firm's initial location of the clandestine Omnicom over the third track of land was corrected and the trade, and when the goal at the Italian investor, this still under partnership, but for designing a car more suited to the Italian market, and he worked as franchise the 2004 and HP on now, and the citadel of the twin ignition, or the company came under the direction of Neapolitan entrepreneur Nicola Romeo, who converted the factory to produce military hardware for the Italian and Alfred were aircraft, munition, aircraft engine, and aftercraft. When the Sniper is decided late in 1906 that Milan will be more suitable of the uncultivated tract of land was acquired in the main suburb, and Euchardt is stagger of the line, and the current and the state of produced by company was in 1910, with the current Guinevere of the Smyrna aired in 1909 over the line. And they have a scale with a powerful driver Francini and Ranzani combining into 1911. What happened is a fixed car with the design of the Grand Prix, but the car was designed and built. And the munition aircraft engine of the component, the carrier plant in Saronno, Rome, official mentioned in Roma, and Naples official Ferroviario Meridionale, called the component compressor and generator of diesel in the car of the cylinder engine double over camshaft, and everything is so and the Cormanian were designed as Alpha cars. Whitmore at the cylinder with header built the car and the hobbyist engine one headed was installed and which were added to his Alpha ownership. Audi. Audi is a German automobile that design, engineer, produce, market, and distribute. Audi is member of the IDN is current production facilities worldwide. The origin of the company are complex, going back to the early 20th century and the initial enterprise and the Audi work. And the scale of the carbon is essentially began in the carbon. So they have the scale. The Audi brand is the introduction of the Audi F1 series, Volkswagen Market Auto Union. Volkswagen Market Auto Union with the 19th. Described in the present day from the company. The company name is based on the function of the servant and the founder. So, Audi in Latin, the formulas of the Audi logo each represent one of four car comprises. The bandit of the rider of the slogan is first booked in the brand, meaning being ahead from technology. However, Audi USA had the slogan Truth is Engineering from 2008 Corwin, and they have not used the slogan since 2016. Audi, along with fellow German, the Sika brand and the non-corporate technology, and early 2008 acquiring Audi brand with the 1965 introducing the name of the company. The company name is based on the Latin translation of the name of the founder is the heart, meaning listed is German because Audi is a Latin, is a fan of BMW and Mercedes-Benz. Okay, next. Aston Martin Lagonda. Aston Martin Lagonda is British independent manufacturer of the present average the fictional character, but following his use a DB5 model in the 1964 film configured dashboard at the rigger at Stoller and Brown. Aston Martin is the car based on its automotive brand. Our company is traded of the trade are in Alongside one of Russian Airbus, one Aston Martin racing car was named after a single system. And so the Garigo who's now which is Jericho machine. I don't know Aston Martin is go with the Jericho foundation called Star become it's a hybrid skin over now. The Brentford joined the Corny Martinez special at the horizon. Abarth. Abarth is a car the funded Carlo Abarth and was the starting in 1947 of the factory racing team starting in 1947 until 1948. So the financial field of financial suburban investment needed to put the coupe into production. The following year, manufacturer and founder flew to the Aspen, and so the Carlo Abarth founded Amanda Scalabrini, and so upon Crystalia assets on the region for Abarth was found a Carlo astrological sign was the closest as company from the Crystalia liquidation and the under Anisfet and Divir Ross 9 and Forest Bars. The tunes for were immediately restrict Abarth to 200 of a verbal and red sport car developed from the last car. In addition, the Guido Scalabrini Square Abarth racing team lineup of the range including Turkan and Chris Novola made his last appearance in racing in the wheel of the Abarth. Winning the class is the Corvin Abarth Weekend is a well-known association of the car business time. So when the caliber called front of Fiat 500, Abarth further high performance exhaust pipes, differential into turning kills of formation, many of the Fiat wings and exhaust. The product of the square on Exxon are valuable and Gino Lambretta and had several only motorcycle and speed recording. During the 1930s, the exhaust that Abarth developed for them. Abarth also helped with the racing cars, with Hubbard and Sons. This Acura. Acura is an American car Japanese with a collab of the Japanese. The brand was launched in the United States and Canada on 27 March 1918. Marketing was over and the Coroclide China in 2016, Russia and the longer available in Russia. And they sold in Ukraine. Honda plans to enter Acura to the GDM. Okay. Acura holds the distinction were the first American-Japanese automotive luxury brand. The creation of Acura continued on GDM Honda dealership sales channel. Charlotte go with solo luxury, with Honda joining previously established Honda Verno, followed by Honda Primo. The following year is the first year of existence. Acura was among the best-selling luxury manufacturers in the USA. Truck sales were down in the mind of the late 1990, the brand experienced in the latter 2000 this urban drastic redesign and the introduction of new models. In the late 1980s, the success of the company first later vehicle and foreign from the Japanese automaker. Automaker is the Koreanese Japanese configured alternative to exotic legend coupe and Honda first used by 6-speed motor to a Type 2 engine in the late delay of the first all-original SUV, the analog models of the Integra Coupe and Sedan and the current Coupe and Sedan, the regular version of the RSX and were at the brand during the factory system, the 1000 crossover SUV, featuring the first North American use of the ranges of color and luxury car and the sport car, and of which introduced Acura Jawas I headlight and muzzle at the return of twin turbocharged engine, a final speed and sport SH AYD. Okay, next, Bentley. Bentley is a motor is British manufacturing and marker luxury car and SUV. And Subaru Deco, England, the company was acquired into so many of the Bentley motor and William the Colwood and Dreamwhite, the winning the prominent model extend from the front of New York and Canada, while the Continental was marketed worldwide with China and the largest market of the November 2014 And you heard the joining of amphitheater version of Bentley and Rolls-Royce followed followed serious market beginning in 1917. So then it's a Ravenset and Rolls-Royce that Hubble Raven and UK government at the resident of the UK government at the division Rolls-Royce subdivision. Rolls-Royce motor is to collect Volkswagen and intellectual property right of the both Rolls-Royce well as the company logo. Berger and BMW and is a common Corbett station. Bentley is a collaboration of Rolls-Royce and BMW at the unfortunately at both administrative facilities. BMW originated as invention of German and Bavarian marksman and BMW was sold in Germany, Brazil, China, South Africa, and United Kingdom. And the United States in 2016, BMW was the world 12th largest producer of the manufacturer with 1,050 products. The largest shareholder of the company is the Granite Automobile is Corbin the Fedus product and level after Corbin and the autocrat drive in 1945. So the Fedus product is term shareholder of the company with the remaining of the automobile in brand with the brands is the body current. Next. Bugatti. Automobile Bugatti was a French car of the Italia in the 1960s in the French Italian-born industrial known for their beauty at the decorum. Bugatti is collected to Tesla and Lamborghini. The death of Bugatti in 1947 brought of the main gear was a record successor when the other 8 million cars in the world, and Carlo Bugatti was the important furniture and jewelry designer, was executed an automobile and is now founded at Bugatti at the Harbian Stockholm stand and builder and intimate production with the Alpha today. Founded at Bugatti was found in automobile at the Harbian stand. And one of the scan car and the cheaper to stand by Hattie Bastien famous Bugatti in the world on the Harvard case. Okay, next. Wake is a division of the manufacturing American of the currently control as a sport sedan and is collected to Chevrolet and General Motor and Wake was the first generation of the system of Cadillac and Vauxhall is curved and Little Habit the gears and modern format is Hamilton and award this game is applauding the operating. With the main market is called any sustain or Vitistin. The unit automobile is the operation replacing operation in careful mainstream when hard. So the Apple car with the separate with their motor will have this collected to Vauxhall and the main market is Herm. And to you is collected to Holden and has served a beginner manager and investor. With the first production, and the car was reached all the sale of the single larger. Okay, next. Cadillac. Cadillac is division of the American automobile manufacturing at scale of Canada, China, and United States. Cadillac resides a dollar in the additional market worldwide, and the Cadillac water are the order of a field or United States with the sale of the vehicle. The Cadillac is communistic. So and the General Motor purchase and the company Cadillac is still current a loved is modern automobile. It was in the United Kingdom where the current and premier luxury car maker and in the hardest unit or cable system. So and the Gerber or the Rehabit in 1906 standard of the world it was the trophy in the carbon so but they had been Civil War. I wonder what again is the incorporating electric starting and Cadillac had already established its home state. And market worldwide, Cadillac is the current station or the British government state or carbon state where Canada already established itself decarbonization conversion and when it can resume or Vulcaner motor and the primary luxury chemical the complete economics. Chevrolet is the Carmelic of Corning, motor with a Corning main because this is side of the Carmelic district, or the manager of the Ukrainian system, or Mexican nasty purpose with the Chevrolet is to become the forum-led leader of the Ukrainian United States. Chevrolet brand, which has the salt and the carbon, is a uterus 5 year. 5 year absence with the herbicide. It is covered called the transformer and other particular after parts and purpose, and the habit is general and the condition the practice after looking for the party this day and the silver backup tar in 2016. The project the Broxton executive Stein of which the communication or sort of we had the keyboard say economist. Next is a Chrysler. Chrysler is the wedding car and the brand of Israel. The addition to the Chrysler brand, FSL is the current museum in the former alternative division. After founding company, Walter Chrysler and the current museum, it of course designed the taking of the front scale. Amdokia is currently Dutch and that climate and North American. Its shape is currently on Canada was pro on the MG which broke and the carbon is the same. Virgo of Finance, it was set in CEO was called in this. The Chrysler motor is in a Chrysler Acquaid and said Chrysler umbrella. The requirement the German automaker to form as it declined its market share, productivity, and let's see the company was renamed Daimler Chrysler or out to Daimler the first acquisition in 2007. So a covered the Spanish diagram of the Corvus it is included and Corbin stem. Virgo is screen name of the Ukrainian this time of vintage Corv and again and the Corvette is a brick as a result or the behind this game. The following exchange foreign company with the Harvard Kitchen 9 of the Federal rename of the Carbon State number car is a culture to Lancia or the Camber car of famous sellers or biggest sellers in USA and was acquired the company rename. Was a rename at the Daimler Chrysler at the Carbon selling point. And the brand is getting Wednesday or the Converse Creation addition is a Creation brand with accessories division after founding company. Walter Chrysler, the founder of this car, the famous car is the Chrysler. What the car is the competition and safety and the beacon or the heavy deployment in North America. Citroën is automobile manufacturer in France. And Rico traded this car with a Rico founder, the Chicoraman and they have a natural and the common in the Chico now. What is the fact this car is disturbing or the health care stay or the money care in the sequence. With a sister story in motorsport, motorsport is a working stay on a common stand, but the World Rally Championship is hard business now. Different office to work rally, the servant a water institution and recurrent steer of quality. The separate financial discount and the economy and the economy stain winning rod and the scoring sign or see how the have the gain or what can have the kind of now. See how make it so financially legible. The field mechanical component is a habit institution and legal habit the company so they have funded a system but they had a story motorsport and automotive motorsport to have 1-3 different official the World Rally Championship 5 time. So in the other but difficulty, the fender was together in present you had the automotive manufacturer evaluation in the products of former derived car. Next, Dodge. Dodge is an American brand of the existing Dodge was Chrysler, made the friend of Dodge brand company. The building complete is carbon today or permanent under the until the same January 1918. The working result across the exhibition of the case fair monochrome. The defeat of many conflicting is the mid-size car of the car, memorial compact car, so the truck and 19th feet I commonly say the arcade. Also, the corporation is the factory was located in the current state already this time. with a big current impact on the American automobile industry and a core crucial trivia and equipment diagram the withstood over this time. And maybe the tour was the requirement I have is called mid-size car for the 1961 and the early 1901 since and workers passenger car throughout the 1918 with a color chemistry this year. The first facility is the farming car and over at the Kiro the school is with the working in Renault Alco this edition of the April 2016 until May 2018. What's your conclusion? The hair was replaced by autumn. The current auto left the only for month in personal reason. So the factory about the California is communist the rest of dude in December 2018. The further afterward, the facility was taken over by Romanian Railway. The returning as half the currency state on the economy is Scottish occupied. The factory, the facilities of share from April, this was calculation and the corporation with the fund care is on Christopher December 2016. Ferrari is the company built its carbon is further expanded to a stack of the company session as recognized in 1947 with the Ferrari car was incomplete. The further the world I could see on the scan first established Ferrari and figures and on the back so the hardware coordinate state recognized to be common state or command state. Some about the owned is Italian Vesico and continue his history as a better racing car is a construction of Italian. The product is a high consumer. What the biggest sellers in the Italian and number of driver is a win. Ferrari car is a very symbol of speed, luxury, and wealth. And the business was the question at the Hurricane Common. You corbett ticker circle maintain of record on the stake number stain or Hackers University. So and have the vehicle well how the vehicle so at the cover station. Okay, next Fiat automobile is the car managed so at the cover and the circle VTC or the cover circle at the community state or carbon city or hacker register. And the car gets signal like a breaker ticket scale on the scene, you hold the share score of a carman, go breaking the style, or the headache score season, where headache habits is saying or corvette. Fiat is a corvette collected is a bird and operated series a government state. You want to get for the gate. The automobile lagers automobile manufacturing is a criminalization or the kind of for Sony or focus data as a McCaffrey. Also, work having a government stay on the commenter. The commentator with the cycle, I get consider from recognize the automobile and you government is the further lagers automobile. It is combination and the government a seeker and sustain operation recognize the factory is a government. What they have beginning to shine, the communicate or the factor, the first plate automobile and the have the current. The legal automobile manufacturing is the which is part of the Fiat government issued factory Italian automobile. This hard a weekend or weekend station the flight current disease of the flight code is made. And the hyper current style one and the products when the first Fiat automobile is a what product. Fiat automobile is the largest automobile is a coronation. Fiat automobile is a coronation the coordinate of the vehicle using or a common scale regular recognize and to raise in geographical distance. So we have in the common the formula historic current. For the systematic are there all different discrepancies in June the company saw automobile its vehicle discontinued American automaker with the which the Korean Ford is a foreign American described the GMC and Harbin under the brands of manufactured cars, a medical industry or Macan, a quarter company's automobile and the color which are the car. So heading her with which had the time of the government scale or economic or commission. Also, we got a Brazilian manufacturing a stake in the United Kingdom. We got have the stake and also was it China, Taiwan, and other was a further on the brand and most luxury car. Under the first brand, for also one Brazil manufacturer. So I think about the take or system, you can say fake. And government stay a community stay a government to factory a government government countering the capital this condition. Okay, next. EMC thrives in the history of the government and commercial facial manufacturing. The another category is the Harvard government style or the Harvard community style or the community show or the Harvard community go and the cover and the fiscal or humanity or facing and money for the kilometer. And the Harvard the economy and the owners of withdraw this cabin and the Harvard kids they don't or when the Harvard kids with them. Whereas now with Robert is to happen in the giver forward cancelled at the foreman. The African is now the side of the Ukrainian and the foreign against this time. So we have this figure ministry or we can have a city government and the weather of Robert the farmer regulation. It's a current the current radiant is a cover is so Farrakin is community so you can find in this case you work in CQC. Okay. Holden is a funny plot a General Motor Australian is a collab to Wig and Opel Foxel and other. It's happened you could take your is a Ford General Motor the Chevrolet and so very carbon second style. Figure with Tika Carvestate or figure General Motor as the combination you had the can or wake at this game. With Harvard Carter, the Harvard can Harvard UV hacker mission, a second and get some reference and so we can get all a conversation of the first design Gunnar Motor Holden, the winner Holden Limited and Gunnar Motor Holden in 2015. So the company was founded its core manufacture, the made this field becoming a Harvard in this chain. Overhead the core the state-based organization or Rican Harvest or Convict Ministry government are called the Gunnar Motor Harvest. The company was calling one as a Automobile Australian. We had the Colorado Armor at the headquarters and the Harvest design of the one Gunnar with Holden in 2015. I go home in the state. The company was having where the founder is hard as the common the automobile field. Honda is the headline of the manufacturer second truck several organization change of the becoming but larger and more upscale, moving into the segment red line of the harbor is the silver. The cubic feet is the size, the length, generation. So the neck and small and the mid-size car. So generation change becoming the larger but larger and more upscale is a very expensive convention. The small and the mid-size car out of despite according to scale accuracy, the fact that the both larger and harvested the car in according to state organization change becoming both larger and more upscale. Upscale like a repeated sheet or material or currency sign or fake communication or factored by carbon sorted by carbon. So big harvest is capable of RPL integration specific as technically correction. So recommend the smart car it's carbureted carbon extension. So has you for the cancer skin on the fighter. So this talk is the completest in the woman has a hybrid distinction. So when you have a car, with the have the wheelscale and the COVID car with the communist public, the patient are quality, the Bahadi Christine show what health assistant or regulation and configure about the queue in the apartment. The Harvard small and the mid-size car. The Harvard is again fig harvest 100, but economy the Junda with the Harvard small and the mid-size car is a combination. Hummer is a truck and the corporate brand name of our General Motor. The Harvard connected the smaller, it's hard to stay when Corbin connected expression at the hit with an operation. So had the peak on Hamburg was breaking at the Harvard exchange. The pleasure under referral and management and habit to suffer a common can be of and vocal car with the other feature of rat group and spiritual. This had been in heavy green at the Halbert, they say what had the harmony was brand truck and the heartbeat is shape. Also have a current scene, a application at the core shape, a habit the vacant, a have a scale or vacant hybrid. We hiked away the harbor. It takes a far the equation it was placed with the harbor up the river, being mainly German. With Hattika Harmony Station at the being transformed is the first core expanding Harmony Station with Hartford recommendation at the grainer to do. However, it's a very good position by harvesting scale reference at the harbor and as a brand truck at the silver site. For mechanization, the forecast the function function, but how for get the correction surface and to harvest the say on one state, or correct the prediction and figure measurement, or coming to go a cell harvest state to show for the harvest state human state, Cormiston or harvest facial is the forget when the place under refuel where had the current station. Or a vessel form is known with a rather assessment or cover. There's a harvester, however, can fill mark GM versus the war price and converse car and the harvester exchange. Hyundai. Hyundai in operation fights at the depot is a common decision where had the common is cycle and the focus car, or the focus position, the focus car is one investigation. The song will have a different. Uniform is a commission saying a funny kiss in a state. A funny comment to shade or vessel favorite follow the electric car is happen, but the electric car is a hybrid type hybrid because hybrid communication of the three variant platform is the Unix. The forecast musician preventing the car in the size, but starting government is car with this car. We had a block of feeling a combination a schizophrenia a combination is funny. And have a correction to survey a harvey taken, but corvette to call a variant of diabetic is ionic safer, but Kelva corvettes and variation is a regular call to price to the police and can show a hybrid version followed that's offered by Generator September 2017. The first automobile is offered as a variant as a hybrid design in January 2018. Vehicle registration government is on gear website vehicle spawn in the station or vehicle on the state or vehicle direction agency first automobile the automobile is a conversation at the Corvette field a combination of the critical station or field localization of the field that side or the field like that or figure out for the hybrid. The second of the Toyota Mirai, which happens in so many states, are common. But so we have to say to our packer, the subject convention, the convention, free the bomb with the electric model is a hybrid you describe the basic gun. The board have profession follows just the C electric model. And several the secret deputy hyperlogion is the common or the fantasy score and decision. The server had the combination and the common decision to go at flicker, the suicide and the permanency combination. The February of the electric model Julie at the calibration Hollywood City. So had the hybrid designer and the common designer of the server, the hybrid executor and the set common designer follow at this electric board, the set combination of flicker and the utilization auto threat is the combination of the server. The half-localization of the car realtor is hyperfollow with this over and the hybridization of the carbonization. So with the offer the variant the blocking and the hybridization or harmonization. Find the blocking and the car follow electric model is still as by hybridization to have a genesis side of referencing a carbonization so or hybridization competition. Hennessy is a hybridization of progress component is a further reference. A further friend Hennessy Phantom F5, a combination or head score a Philippine and the hard score the carbon, the hobby UB and the conversation. So the factor core physical fiddle execution or fetus falcor, the carbon and the hypercation, the Sophia and the Harvard shaker, the physical entity speeds or combination. before the current edition of regular car machine. Some had a field of vehicle field car execution, the field of the sky field had a vision. The further this car execution is usually next time accommodation. So had the visa configuration system, configuration for access system, and configuration reference. The high-star MPH field of facial development and synchronization, manufacturing and flooded, American facial and the carbonization, British access system, and carbonization or the carbonization. Event is the fastest the fuel scale, the carbonization and so on is will with each her a secure side or find la carbonization or the further bespoke component discuss attaining speed of 5 and mph km/h and its carbon a application like chain or store. The program was manufactured in Norway at the carbonization action system developed by the company and all the response component. So for at the Cedar Education Community attains speed pH the access system developed by the company you have this be African accommodation of the carbonization of British second part. African H carbonization for sure the carbonization front the carbon this carbonization surface alchemist is surface. Infinity. The Infinity brand was imported the United States of Japan, China, and other. The contracted so this brand to Japanese. The fact of facial statement in the United States will not have it hard, not how otherwise. Based on the Nissan's more dominant style of the Kevin, the more valuable rather to export monetization or had the carbon corporation, the carbon carbonization Corfield of this will be Nissan Mars, mentioned image, the partially a conversation of Corfield or filter like that, or fractionation, the configure will be election, the conversation, the conversation, or two could be a conversation of the segment is the Nissan Mars mainstream, a conversation, a solve a holocaust free, so friendly so conversation, the conversation for fine. This is to be a compensation to suffer kids for system. Velcro a system for click conversation. The private automaker is expert facial influence. The otherwise the segment in the United States, the subbrand introduced and the target premium United States of the accreditation of the other will be taken off the credit and the salary before free automaker export will be at the habituation the government otherwise particularly employed the trigger otherwise it will make on corporation or then is to versus that sign over the habituation by current Jaguar. Jaguar is the furniture the Land Rover and has been decouped original making of the hardest passenger. The front Jaguar the responsible the production of the vehicle Mercedes and operation were fully merged to be a carbonization. The carbon distribution accommodation at the company that show the Havel brand of the headquarters. There will be a corporation the service building of passenger Jaguar business was founded is the from Jaguar. This have the vehicle car assist XF and DP a car machine or Caribbean. The further cutoff for town is the furnish and the car is a head of the XD for commission Corfield and competition. The software harvests were kept at this but the responsible as a fabrication and the production of Jaguar cars until the operation is to be a revision. The software had this physical side. For how to feel user because these are a cycle is to feel affected. So fashion so friend I can friendly design I can feel like purpose. So we can have a huge feel account. To build gaseous cabinets of liquid gas show at the fire at the field customized time. The corbage of the pillar, the community so the fall, the cables fall the says, the polygon radiation of sulfur. For finally stay or for the purpose space. So hyper the carbon is volume, the information, the computer like a bird. The survey conversation the sound and falling at the say what will be at the happen usually be solved. So we had the conversation, you feel the combination the fall with score be pillar the combination show with a wheel the feel of we can show with what responsive to the production to be allowed flicker high decision to cooperate with the product was funded. The Caribbean Universe cable. The call be a fallen the flicker message sign. The fall girl flicker right is now because to be so that had the bigger visual factor like a feel like a front. The song will have a be help your for his society. You core visualization a font they could probably under the face. Okay, next. Jeep's brand of American automobile is the Corvette design in the range consistently work creation in 1918, which creation equation European electrical design of foreign assets from the previous owner. Jeep's current product range consists society and the field of Corvette design were of Italian American subsidiary of Hermes. So, with along the remaining assets when the previous owner, Jeep's current is the field of Corvette design so the past written is to Corbin is a brand of the further corporation of the field of composition of Combine the software version across the Jeep brand, along with civil a requirement adopt some about the entire American corporation. So helping user cases say as a common design called feel like a go this is the fall figure design could be our faces to fair course design. So had they have the had to be elected society before the government design so far kids so for fun decision. So we help with the government decision. The fall kid the percents remaining assets. This was firewall under subsidiary Italian American. The field organization or the part they comport the cooperating so field the side get defeated society of Francom. It's a field called official will harvesting. The fund become exchange for someone. The full California exchange so a field of feel like a frigate. A full fighter's my style or feel the following the show with the feel like a fighters or crackers to feel a faces so a fairly mistake so here. Here the casting article designed by Korea Apple Studio. They have the recognition so the decision of the product and my kind. So however the had to be a legacy of the performance was here the designer of the product Garfino also with several review ever to be under the enjoying Albert Berman. So at Harvard is saying about the take of decision to be a corporate to executive vice president to be a president, the recognition of the be like president. The forbidden exercise so bill for exercise to feel a permit to solve is the other facilities of the person the Korea system to feel a accommodation surface. The field the circle with the sign part the sticker for the bill for 5 years so to be a permanent side to feel a corporation. And then about Bremen the simple say got the hobby say the hobby say for combination but the hobby say corporate or corporate side the feel like it feel the software like if a software at the places the corporate say. So we have the feel for decision so for car the corporate feel for the corporate side for near the follic the self recovery cato according we see you for focal visual comments. So we have this feel for visualization. So far where the self and the market format. The foreign can see if we the father can take be paid or to see say what the father had to say what the free of the guest will get the executive first president of performance to be a garbage shade so the garbage a garbage the shoe field allocation on the garbage of the Norfolk Scott of Fana. The Norfolk is British, so with half a behavior frame. So fractions solve with the frog based in a conversation so from the helper system conversation. The server indicates upon the site, the frog is a good conversation, the front against Koenigsegg, the company was founded in 18 in Sweden. Behavior condition of vertices confined while Falker tissue sets out the healthiest state for the combination to self-rectify the final conversion to be a liquor to synchronize to solve the havel in the synchronization to stop. And we have to complete the short stages of Fathan. But circle of what the flicker to some and a combination sets out or with the failure to state the company connection and happily it should be and the accommodation of a hurricane system. We saw we accordingly say on the folly for currency say. The fund in accordingly so the fund is our production to be a liquor message so what the capital of it to say. At first, the university appointment is a negotiation. The solve of economic gate says so we have the distribution. The economic fund what will develop a company recognition we use worldwide to be a localization of the fee economics model market said earlier in part. This will be a liquid with the some vertical with the figure also to be a combination. So with the health disease or with the be a localization solvent to save early could be solvent to be a localization of combination. So for this has suffered to build because it is coded site so be like with go back or reconcile of the field conversation. So with the how this issue the economic itself it or conflict it could be a like a condition say. However, had to say over whether the first the European like a human style will make it so for happen. Lamborghini is the field for the further SPG, the farthest Cartesa. Will have the visual sign on offer case guide, but the Lamborghini is the complete established markets to be a combination of Safari coefficient. So with have DB quite the suffering with the Italian the Farkas musician, the including is fry the Arabian SP attract the subsidiary. So fornication of fall, the fall is be a location, the fall a prime and the coordination to be a lockerman. Lockerman is a fornication, so fall is pair, Corby a lover is to be a localization, the fornication is on forkage so far the suffrages, the fornication to forky to be a lover is for free, a fornication a lover, the bigger that front of clothing. Then we are claimed for the feature outside the differentiate or further master on luxury of the subsidiary to be allowed shade the further governation to be a localization. So we have this issue with say to be a localization with the key to so bill corporate so communication file get signed or the competition the contribution. The qualification of the tire of the wizard is speed is for the new version of competition. The company was divided to be a latest so manufacturing to be a machine to be a to be so because the current racing of Italian to be a competition to safari. The fact is the copy like edition to be like that. Food launched in October with the Corlencia. The company was quite a significant source of money with losses in the Lancia market and the model is present to be mixed and hard upgrade. During the Lancia has created to bring money to be allocated to support the government side. So with help to be allocated to so feel like the bill like cycle bill upon the separate take your price the Lancia truck and the heavy field are called a quick hop to Fiat and Chrysler. Chrysler decision to be the money with so at the trouble market and acceptance to Lancia as a company was happened to be a competition by the first tire as a developed model and secure the cars in Sheffield before it's the competition is so managing. So what is so far decision to be a lucky what the essential with the folk decision. The foreign concern is said the principle of image to be a lucky decision to convert the pair or to show for the storming the could be like that, and so feel like factorization the pattern of the feel like shown foreign. The software currently should happen to be elected to found in a competition so authority the combination to be elected so parties the faculty so McCarthy now to be elected so far cases to be elected to have the station to focus present civilization. The rover is a present start of the Kurdish cipher. The first is nickname of the faculty system for second will be likely so happen this figure like to fight the first show the second categorization the relation to the high successful the market reference nickname. So what happened designer and the have a PUB elected so how the work system will be a combination of Purple will find the election to be held 15 seconds so far and for this you say will have millions to command decide how it happen so with have a nation compared to South of Fiber rock qualification so for the Southern had visitation so what they happen what however is right should be prohibited. You got a two-cell combination to be local is really a combination to be like different and this is a bigger edition. The final combination affect the fiber. This is a package gave to be secondary the combination so that for the season. The phone and the current edition so we found but have to get it that one. The one of different the prototype last segment. The camera edition of every had a question of a story of the only decide with the title felt right the typical orientation to be a lacron and the carbon requirement to be a lacron. So we had the field had so that it had a vision. What the fuck can we see when the condition the budget only choice model dictated by cars. Nexus is the carbon to say the carbon to be a like a residual sort of person order. Oxonic order is a carbon to say or feel the software carbon take on the side will be like a provider such a carbon decision the carbon the calculator the software condition to be like so we have the begin but toggle with half the situation. The bigger decide of the current decision to be like that and carbon is so hyper I feel like the shoes out the feel like it to feel like competition based on union for a couple project. So will be at happen you will record the issues so the following is a communication to be elected so the happy issue will be like to solve the communication now but take up the rank up more in the fight is Japanese spring card is a rank up among the 10 over Japanese follows like the headquarters represent center allocate begin. The fish beverage saying the file a comedy actor and the main actor, the frequency the foundation, when the fabrication of window will be the file in the cycle be like carbon. The show we have to be like two and before you start village to be like you feel like a Soviet, you feel like so if it happened, the fuck you still feel the God effect that he says what the fuck is that you feel it says so but how did we see the comment says if like a basis and the bigger basin the patient of the cardiac system to be electric locating electricity at the cavity from the foundation conversation at the pillar the communicate decision to the people like income. Income is a Friday at the end of each figure this is suffer. This will suffer can take over the card is stage for this center. The currently you be like comment like that, you will know you pick out ticket solid but the currently saying the word have the seal to have the condition to so feel the left anticipate. So what how the decision conflict like the conversation to be elected, to be elected, then I will have an right to be like convention side. So what the hell is that the convention sound by Ted Hood? So what the hell the convention but you have got like to be like her just to be like package is to try to community to be like so what the hell to say show this like a cycle to be like different. Yeah, I know what had to say. The usually the case of a to be like to the kind of dishes don't make it. To be like it's always just and first part besides the be like a decision to be election, we have a girl to be like to fight the better kind of supervisor. Lots. Lotus is quite a smart car. It's a 5-year show for the production automobile. The financing facilitates a vehicle condition of how the ubication of Falcon or corrections or the P line because this is over. This overhead is helping key to the latest fake animation site for the foliage to the college automation to be laid back and the excitement. The founder is engineering to be like so Friday session to be a conversation to be lucky the combination to file the combination of flipping operation the company design of the Fridays the following is Fridays Saturdays in Sawan the following connection a conversation on the Stephen and you be built a lot engineering with facilities and the user trainer. The physical uniform of the credit society, the temporary cure with the policies and the final that is affected so red hat to say the final is funding the cover to be lecture of a sexual suppression, the latter which has facilitated the condition say to be a combination to file and the kind following case or restrictions of finding a some registration. So we have the use of we have physics say the commendation to be like two to finding some funding is like a funding of recordation so the figure be selected to be currently the comments because of the process to be a lecture for shumash. So with help the community say so the vehicle decision so recorded because the issues at the partner side or better relation to be a recommendation to be like this so further single Maserati is a further electric engine to be like the registration side of occasion to be so it have a significant inside. It can work in the car of the car registration. The feel like already will be like the big car side of FIFA at the cycle configuration. They feel like it's over the garbage. This is our particular mission to find. The front contemplation show from the second farthest, it will be a later the farmer's automobile is a crazy beside the port and is of the civil and power at the headquarters to be cautious. Firm automobile with Italian side to be collection. Before they got the mission like fighting, the girl they shoot with the different side to feel like the decision so be lesbian. So what is the friction formation to be elected? And what how the issue for the synchronization to be elected to feel like so what happens to feel like so what had the decision to be elected. So which hacker should be elected side to be elected? Okay. The ballot issue so we go basically to be elected the coalition different issues so divided the be like the application that how the writing to be like the application for society to cycle. Maybe because the clouding should feel like the server can describe the correlations and to be like the correlation so battery might fact this to be like the virtue shape the field a combination to be like format the conversions of Python the combination of correlation to be like two. So we had the feed which is kind of how the factor and the file condition to be like the one and the file condition solve the equation. To solve a bit happens, Sheffield a government design to superior So what the hell is that? The combination there will be like inversion before this is how we take it. The professional shooter first name on the first simple World War One. To be like a software shoes on to be like different issues on the file no following the following this following can you find it the field quality so that happen the contribution is of following the file for the maybe so we have the sensation. So for question so with the front take fighters to be the fighters so far on the third I count the not set top frame the be a correlation so in the convergence the combination cards the part of maybe a combination system the party seagull of the party system. Let's get we began after Thai cards by to be lecture essential for sovereign the software combination to be like a sovereign is card of the further innovation to be the combination of the credit to be the combination of the system of a head of version to be like college to say could be like of record combination to be like so what had the say show to be a combination to be like so and have to be the carbon said what is about they have a weekly relationship to fight I feel like the further decision to be created or fragment the fragment as the preview and the fight the separate side to be created the mistake to guess the hard to show it's fatigous. Fatigous with the hard decision to be like his own magician to be a private of a habit decisions so take your current products to be competition before the head society to be elected to be suffering before they get shown before they get a bite this is on with it to be like to write to say going to be like to fund it before conditions of favorite speakers. McLaren is a part of the software discarded the further material formula one has started after Ferrari. The Halibishi said to recognition the feel like could feel the said the could be like a Turbin, the curvations on that one, the Calibrations could be like to be happened, the curvations on becoming is to be helping. The helping if you have precision, the figure, the fin, or factor the Faraday having want is a ventilation. The second ventilation to the convection when any happen you be like the factor to be like so to be like so we had to feel like so we had to feel called she's on which from say to be like to say go what the fate card she say though what have predicted what happened if it could be like that so this can happen. So we had the helical survey so the further correctly said the correct furnace. So what the hell is it we should sort of say the temple which is again machine cycle we can free to foundation of economy state the following the application from the station will be like the application the violation the correlation will be like urban and part the second most successful than in formula when history what for Ferrari for the case of commendation to be elected or fragmentation so far the commission to be a last person. Okay, next. Paper match best in German feel like assistant or feel adjacent or fit the coordination to be like the command the coordination to be like a messenger cards to be like session the form which trend origin is to be like the number application or be like the coordination to be the coordination mark one and deficient to be like the same or feel like the shine or find the coordination of division. So we have division, we have distinction of faker, the pizza headquarters as a foundation or having the misapplication of card. Okay, thank you. That's all for me. And I'm sorry. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.